Hey Mepham, welcome back to the Midweek Update.
In today's episode, we'll be looking at a local youth group, a program that visited Grand Avenue to warn about the dangers of vaping, and a look at an upcoming fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, and more senior exit interviews.
This and more on this week's Midweek Update. I'm Mr. Moody.
And I'm Mr. Casaza, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
So, Mr. Casaza, it's cool being on this side of the screen, huh?
It's pretty bright, I'll put it that way.
I have a feeling it's preparing you for that summer sun, though.
Yeah, and speaking of that, what are your summer plans, Mr. Moody?
Funny you ask, considering that's what Hot Takes is on this week.
Definitely going to the beach.
I would argue the pool.
You serious?
I'm serious.
The pool is so much worse than the beach, bro.
And exactly why?
Because there's no waves, there's no sand, and there's no life in it.
But you feel more refreshed if you took a dunk into the pool rather than in the ocean.
Whatever, agree to disagree. I still think that the beach is much better than the pool.
State 2 reasons.
My brother in Christ, I stated 3.
I would say, first of all, more refreshed. Second of all, more cleaner.
I'd say first of all, there's more fun, all right? There's waves. You can play volleyball on the beach. You can surf on the beach. Mm-hmm. And better all. No, I can't do better all.
Ooh. But then I guess it's 2 different activities. The pool is more for relaxing. The beach is for more fun-filled activities.
All right, I guess.
There's plenty of fun things to do at the pool. Yeah.
But not as fun as the beach, though. Come on.
Why? You see it.
No, I'm telling you, the beach, the beach isn't as... The beach is just so much better, because, stuff happens at the beach. Nothing happens at a pool, okay?
I have to say, I like their points, but I still think the best summer activity is volunteering.
Of course you do. I can't disagree, though. It's a very productive use of time.
Yeah, volunteering brings together the community and causes connections.
You know, Ariel Boudrum actually looked at something similar at a local youth organization. It also gives teens a sense of community.
Oh, well, now we have to watch.
The real world is no stranger to difficulty. All people suffer from seen and unseen obstacles of the real world, without a positive support system. It was with this knowledge that Real Life NYC was born. As a youth group in New York City, Real Life was established to support young adults through the challenges of life. From exciting games and encouraging messages, Real Life strives to share the teachings of Jesus Christ. But nothing can be done without a strong support system. Real Life's head leader, Justin Garcia, shares the reality of running Real Life.
You know, the challenges that we face, they can be, from anything from what people are going through, like, say, the students themselves, in their personal life and walk. It could be staffing challenges, but nothing happens without a great team. So how we handle it is, I always say, you can be an amazing quarterback, an amazing athlete, but if you have no one to pass the ball to, so we have an amazing team of students that really step up when we have a challenge. And so that's a big part of why we're so successful, I think.
The Real Life team is composed of both adult and student leaders who plan events for Real Life. Aaron Boudrum is one of them.
We're really building relationships that are centered around God, and once you build those kind of relationships, they're really kind of those unbreakable bonds, kind of.
It is these strong relationships that lay Real Life's foundation. It is the power of unity that continues to further Real Life's message of love.
When you love people authentically and genuinely, it makes a really big difference. And I do it for the love of the students. I do it because I know what God has done inside of me, and I just want to share that with the students. So.
For B&B, I'm Ariel Boudrum.
That was really cool. I have to say, I love seeing organizations like that, keeping kids on the right path.
Totally. We have so many at MEPM that allow for our kids to help others, and it's great.
Guess which one I'm thinking about right now, Mr. Casaza?
I have not a clue in the world.
I was thinking about SAVE.
And what is that?
It's a club that promotes anti-vaping. Don't worry, Michaela Dobby has more on it.
I'm here at Grand Avenue Middle School, where today we will see students from MEPM in the Grand Avenue health classes to teach the students about the dangers of vaping.
I'm at Grand Avenue School today with the SAVE program, which is Students Against Vaping and E-Cigarettes, and we're getting to know the students today so that we can come back in 2 weeks and tell them about the dangers of vaping and using e-cigarettes.
And this program was very strategically planned by the teachers at MEPM.
So the first day is all about the high school kids getting to know the middle school kids. They do like a little introduction about themselves, maybe explain some of the things that they were involved in middle school, whether it's Yorker Club or it's the kickline team or the football team, so that some of the middle school kids can maybe see themselves in the high school student.
We did a student search activity where the kids had to go around finding people who fit descriptions like likes pizza or plays video games. And then we did an activity where we had them raise their hand if they related to a statement, which got them to realize they're not alone in certain experiences. And then we did a card activity where they held up a card to their forehead and interacted with each other based on the values of their card.
All of the middle schoolers appreciated the time that they got to spend with the high school students.
I liked how they came in because it was cool, actually get to meet them and get to see how it is for them and how they're very similar to us.
All right, how do you think they did?
The connection the high schoolers create with the middle school students on day 1 helps aid day 2's mission.
We really focus on what actually goes into a vape and what actually is in an e-cigarette, and are kids really aware of some of the chemicals that are placed into these devices for them to consume? And if you did really know all of this, why would you choose to do that?
The sense of community in our district is alive and thriving, and in this case also benefits the health of many students.
So I think this really shows how close of a community we are, that we have people from our own district coming in to talk to these kids, because then they're more likely to be receptive of us if we were in the same places as they were, and they'll see oh, these kids went to Grand and now they're in high school. They seem like they've accomplished so much. We want to be able to do that. So
It was also really cool to meet them because they're kids that I look up to, and also I wouldn't vape ever.
For BMB, I'm Michaela Dobby.
What an awesome thing for them to do. The fact that they went back to Grand to help is just so great.
Totally agree. But I have someone else in mind who is about to do a truly awesome thing for the American Cancer Society.
I think we may be thinking about the same person. On a completely unrelated note, are you getting a craving for pie?
Oh, yes, I am. Let's send it down to Ms. Castellana, who has the answer to why me and Mr. Casaza are being so vague.
Next week, Tuesday, May 27th, an event is taking place in the senior lot where MEPM students are given the opportunity to pie a teacher in the face. However, to pie one of us teachers, they are $5 per pie, and the winner with the highest bid even gets to pie Mr. Del Rosario. Poor guy. As well as it is a fun event, it is for a great cause, such as raising money for the American Cancer Society. In that case, come by and get some pie. And for BMB, I'm Miss Castellana.
This fundraiser is bound to be awesome, so make sure to donate to Pie a Teacher.
I hope the seniors take advantage of this one. They don't have much time left.
Funny enough, we're up to senior interviews, Mr. Casaza. Today, we have 3 BMB seniors joining us: Anthony Chiffo, Jake Mano, and Matt Nadoff.
Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
First question up is for Anthony. What was the best thing you got out of the BMB program?
I think it was definitely the relationships and the friendships. Speaking to people for 4 years who share the same interests and passions as you is really inspiring. For example, Liam Osborne, he graduated last year. He's a film major, and that he kind of inspired me to also be a film major. I've always wanted to do it, but he kind of solidified it for me. But even people like Nadoff and Mano, Nadoff's going for marketing. He's not even doing film or broadcasting, but we still work together every day, and we have to solve issues, and it's really just it's something it's a very unique experience.
Second is for Jake. What was the most important skill you learned in BMB?
I think this program has really taught me to get outside of my comfort zone whether that be in broadcasting or through the rest of my life. This program has taught me really to try to get my voice heard and to try to talk in front of people that I never really thought I would be able to. Whether that was either on the field and sticking a camera in someone's face, which was always a fun experience for me, or now next week I'm going to be giving a session to students from around Long Island. It's something that I never really thought was possible for me, and this program has really taught me to be more confident in myself, and I'm forever grateful.
And lastly, for Matt, what would be your advice to younger B&B members who want to follow a similar path as you?
Honestly, the biggest thing is to show up. You know, take time out of your day, go to a shoot, come after school for announcements, for midweek. That's the biggest thing in this program. And also one other thing, just take advantage. This program, you're never gonna be able to experience anything like it. So everyone in this program, please show up. It's worth it. I know sometimes it's a lot, but trust me, if you wanna succeed in this program, just show up. That's honestly the biggest thing.
Thank you guys so much for coming today and for everything you've done for B&B over these last few years.
Thank you guys for letting us be on here.
We're wishing you the best in college.
I don't know how they do these every week. That was really sad.
I feel the same way. I'm going to miss seeing Jake Mano and Matt Nadoff running around at every sports event once they're gone.
I'm sure they'll be there in spirit, Mr. Moody.
Well, at least Mr. Kiko's here right now with our midweek sports report.
Thanks, guys. The playoffs are in full swing. Starting on the field, the softball team faced Glen Cove yesterday in Game 2 of the playoffs. Staying on the field, where the baseball team fell to the top-seeded Kennedy in Game 4. To the turf we go, where the boys lacrosse team faced Jericho at home for their first-round playoff game yesterday. And the girls will travel to Adelphi for the big semifinal game against Garden City on Thursday. Best of luck to all the Pirates still in action. In professional sports, the Knicks are facing off the Pacers tonight in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals. The last time the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals was a quarter century ago. Let's go Knicks, baby. I'm Mr. Kiko, and I'm sending it back to Mr. Moody and Mr. Kazaza in the studio.
Thanks, Mr. Kiko. That was a fantastic sports report.
Definitely, Mr. Moody. Unfortunately, our time taking over is done. Make sure to tune in next week for even more news stories from around the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District to bring you inside the parts of the community we don't always get to see. Until then, I'm Mr. Kasaza.
And I'm Mr. Moody, and have a good week, Mepham.
They're dancing.
It's okay, it's all the same.
They started dancing, so I wanted to dance, and then you weren't dancing. Now I feel confused.
I don't know, I don't know how to do the Oompa Loompa dance.
They dance. Look, they're dancing. They're like